Good Friday morning. It's January 3rd, 2025, and we're going to have a snowy day ahead. After this morning, we should get some rain, snow showers mixed this afternoon. The snow could be briefly heavy enough to kind of whiten the ground. We'll have to see if it comes together right. It's all about a snow squall, kind of like a thunderstorm line a little bit as front moves through to reinforce cold air, and that's going to bring in the windy conditions for the weekend and very chilly temperatures. Highs both tomorrow and the next day will be in the 20s. And then snow kicks in on Sunday night and lasts through most of Monday. Will it stay all snow and just how much moisture? Well, that's still all to be determined. I do like the way the forecast model maps have been going now. And I have been calling for about conservative 3 inches or more. I'm now going to say 4 to 8 inches seems more likely. And there could be some lollipops higher than that, 10 inch or more. We just have to see if things come together exactly right over us. Can't always expect that the highest amount of snow is going to be in your backyard. This morning's American model had it in our backyard, but that doesn't mean it won't change. The European model is a little bit south of us. We're going to see that really quick here as we go through, and then we'll look at the cold next week, and then maybe some ghosts of possibilities for the next weekend. So let's do this quick. So I'm going to go through that and show you the snow output, which is very impressive. On these models. So here we go. We're going forward. That was a snow squall this afternoon. You see it kind of come through. It's showing almost half an inch of snow on the ground here, but I don't think that's going to stick. Half inch of snow, should fall. I think it will whiten the ground and then kind of move on out. And then that brings in the windy conditions for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. It's very windy and cold. That cold is needed to reinforce what's coming to the west. You see here by late Sunday afternoon and evening, here comes the low pressure. Again, this low is now further south and a little better situated. And because of that, we don't really mix up much. And the low starts to reform soon enough so that the mix line, although I think it will mix, as you can see here, mixing with sleet and freeze rain and stuff happens. We get a pretty good snow out of this, and then it kind of redevelops as the upper level support kind of moves through. Seen this before. We get a lull and a little bit of mixture, and the upper level system brings, and that's a really heavy snow shot there. Let's see if that comes true. I think that's probably too fine details, but man, snow all day now, Monday into Tuesday morning, and that is a long duration snow event, and to see it kind of increasing at this point in time is a good sign for snow lovers, not so much for everybody else. That moves on out, and the winds really howl. It's going to just be a chilly, chilly day on Tuesday with snow on the ground. And that means that temperatures at night will get really cold next week. The forecast lows now show teens several days. I would not be surprised by Friday to see single digits. This is some stuck cold northerly winds here for several days. Just going to be brutally cold next week with the wind chills and the wind and the cold that's sticking around. You see this thing going anywhere. And now we're watching this upper level support and energy back here. The question is, does it get entrained into potential other energy as this kind of evolves later next week? See it coming a little bit further north, honestly, than it did before. But yesterday, there was actually a tick up and showing that there could be snow by next weekend. As of now, I wouldn't count on this being right. This is in the next weekend. And then, after that, it looks like a brief warm-up before cold gets reintroduced and reinforced. And, who knows if there'll be another snow system. We'll have to see. I don't think you have to rely too much on this, other than the fact that I think cold reinforces itself. So we may briefly warm up and then turn right around and be cold again. That's kind of what the long-range models are showing. All right, so how much snow for our backyard? All right, so let's go through today. This is the snow output. This is a straight 10 to 1, meaning that for every tenth of an inch of precipitation, you get 1 inch of snow. That's not going to necessarily be true today, but I just want to show that this has definitely been increased here over the county, showing up to 1 inch of snow. I don't think we get 1 inch of snow out of this. I think we'll probably get less, and a lot of that's not going to stick, but that does show that we can get a burst of some snow, which is kind of what I've been hinting at. I haven't been hinting at. I should say the model's been hinting at, and I've just been mentioning. It has nothing to do with me. And then we go through the weekend, and then we go into Sunday, and here you're looking for the time frame when it starts. It's showing about 10 p.m. Snow starts coming in, so this is now snow piling on snow total. So take off about 1 inch when you look at the overall, because I can't really go through that. But here, snow is falling, snow is accumulating, snow is really getting heavy. Look at that. We're the county's bullseye here for this model run. Again, it is a model run. Does not mean that this is what's going to come true. Does not mean that the forecast is right. This is just a model output of what we're seeing here. And this is a pretty good snowy setup. And then this is that leftover. Remember, this is now late, on Monday afternoon, evening, when that second batch of snow moves through and you guys dropping a foot of snow total this run up to 13, 14 inches on this model on this run. I don't know if that's going to be true. Again, forecast models do not mean what it's going to mean. Remember to take an inch off too because of that inch we get. I don't know if this is true, but it does give me a little confidence up the totals to 4 to 8 because we can also see the European, which is what we're going to look at next. All right, so that's it. That's the storm. I'm not going to go into details of anything else that's going to go on. All right, let's look at the European. Instead of showing the weather maps, I'll just show you kind of their snow output. Today, look, see the moisture here shows a little bit south here. But still, I mean, this is some good snow showers flying through here today. And then windy conditions. So again, take that into account. When you see the snow here, you're going to see it, the axis of heavier kind of a little bit south of us. And honestly, I think I like that a little bit, only because I believe in the last 24 hours before a storm, the models tend to overplay how far south something goes. And if you get any amplification and or moisture, it tends to come north. That's why, though, I give a 4 to 8 inch kind of output for snow totals versus the higher GFS. When and if this comes around, I think all this will shift north. Still think maybe the heaviest axis will be a little bit low south of us for snow, but that's the totals right there. 5, 6 inches of snow. So quite a difference now. Ironically, it was the European model showing the heavier snows over the last couple of days, and the GFS, moving everything out. And now GFS has come around to be the snowiest model that we have. There's another model. That's the Canadian model. Here, I'm just going to show you, it's the Canadian model coming in here. Again, here's that snow this afternoon. I don't have as close in shots on the snow here, so here we are in Loudoun. It's showing a little bit of a dry spot there in the middle, or a dry spot in the middle, but that's today's, and then we're not going to see the full range of this model because it's an off time, but you can see the snow coming in, and this is by early Monday, so it's only through 84 hours, doesn't get through the entire storm, but it does show snow increasing in the area. Looks like 4 or 5 inches of snow by this point in time, Monday mid-afternoon. So anyway, that's kind of what we're seeing. So yes, it does look like we're going to get snow. Maybe 3 to 6 to 4 to 8 inches, probably now trending towards a 4 to 8 and potentially even more snow. Heavy snow kicking in probably about 1 or 2 in the morning on Sunday night based on the forecast models right now. That is the output now. I'll probably do a quick update this afternoon. Have an awesome day, awesome weekend. Get ready, get the snow plows, get the snow shovels, everything ready. Looks like snowstorms on the way. And don't be surprised, I'll do some updates today as we get radar updates with snow. Have a good one.